rivalry when he met with reporters yesterday wearing a shirt saying beat Dallas. Sirianni said of all the NFL rivalries, this one reminds him the most of a classic college football rivalry, adding, quote, I'll be wearing this all week. My kids got it. My wife has one. And yeah, we'll be wearing them. So Shannon, do you like, love, or hate this?
I like it. And like you said, this is like a college vibe type of a situation. This is like a rivalry, maybe Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Florida. It has that kind of feel. And you told me that you believe that the Cowboys' biggest rivalry is the Washington football team. Well, Philly views their biggest rivalry as the Dallas Cowboys. Mm-hmm. As being in a division, the Raiders, we called it Raider Week.
Yep.
And it was there with Dan, it was there with Wade, but it got more with Mike because Mike was once employed by Al.
Yep.
And Al refused to pay Mike the remaining of his salary. Did. So we took it personal. That, hold on, you hired this man, you won't pay this man his money, so we're going to beat the hell out of you, we're going to make you pay it. Mm. And so that's the way we approached it, Skip. So it was Raider Week. We knew it was Raider Week. Not a day, we didn't have no teeth, anything printed up. But it was Raider Week. We was on a heightened alert because we know what they represented. They know what we represented. It's a one-on-one battle, Skip. You really didn't have to watch a whole lot of game film that week because they're going to be sitting right there in front of you. It's mano a mano. They trying to come knock your head off. You trying to tear their heads off.
Yep.
But Nick Sirianni is trying to send a message, guys. Fans, I understand the significance, the importance of this ball game. Players, I want you to understand the significance and the importance of this ball game. Yes, it's the third game of the season, but we want to go out and get on a great start. It's beating a division opponent. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. So I like it. He's a young coach, Skip. He and a lot of times, obviously veteran coaches and coaches with experience. He popped up out of nowhere, Skip. Nobody had Nick Sirianni on their radar for being a head coach.
I didn't even know who he was.
I didn't know who he was either. But Skip, I like this. And hey, send me one. Send me one of them shirts. I'll wear it too.
Really?
Yep.
Now to answer Alex's question, like, love, or hate this, I love it for my Cowboys because it feels to me like they are now the Philadelphia high school Eagles. This is a hairy high school move. I'm sorry. He just turned 40. Did he just coach in high school? I think he coached in Indianapolis.
What you gonna do when Mike McCarthy have shirts put up like rematch against the Cardinals?
Well,
what you gonna do? What you gonna say?
But he doesn't do T-shirts. He said that, tried to hype up his team to get even with those guys.
In a preseason game.
Yeah, in a preseason game. I got that. I cannot defend his lack of motivational skills. But I can criticize the young, new Eagles coach, just now 40 years of age, because it doesn't work this way. Trust me, in the Cowboy locker room, they are trying not to laugh over this.
They're laughing.
Because they don't care about the Eagles the way the Eagles care about the Cowboys.
Right.
Nobody is saying it's Philly week in the Dallas locker room. They do say it's Washington week.
Right.
They have said that for years and years.
Right.
But it is a one-sided rivalry.
Right.
It is a one-way street. Philly wants to beat Dallas way worse than Dallas wants to beat Philly, but Dallas will beat Philly on Monday night. So the point is, it's what I've told you for years. And by the way, my man Zeke said this yesterday. He said, well, we just stay in our lane. We don't do that kind of stuff.
Right.
But he did acknowledge later in that same interview to USA Today, actually, that, yeah, I hate the Eagles. Well, I told you how I grew up as a Cowboy fan. I respected the Giants because they're a class organization. What's to hate about the Giants? They're just a division rival. Washington, I never liked them, but I didn't.
Do a movie, Skip, the Cowboys and the
Yeah, but the honest truth was, deep down, I respected and feared Washington every year because this is a blood rivalry. But when it came to the Eagles, I just hated the Eagles. I didn't like their uniforms. I don't like that green color. I don't like anything about them. I told you the story. the Cowboys had just been born. I think I was like 10 years old. And my parents weirdly went to a preseason game the Eagles played at the University of Oklahoma. This is back in the day when you had to barnstorm to promote the NFL, right?
Yep.
And they bring me back an green Eagles, like a pennant, you know, like a pennant to hang up in your room. And I just threw it in the trash. I thought it was the ugliest thing I've ever seen because that was like Irpy green to me. It's just like ugly color of green. So that's the feeling Dallas has for Philadelphia.
Right.
But now Philadelphia is making it a huge thing to come to Dallas, and they play like it really matters.
Right.
And it matters to Dallas to win a division game, but they're not taking it that seriously.
And the Eagles said, well, hold on, we could be, there's a possibility we can be first in the division and put them way back down. They can be either, second to last or even last in the division. So we're trying to get some wins, some little cheap wins early, because that's what we're gonna do, get a little cheap win against you guys. And so I like it. I'm like, man, everybody should do this. But for him, he feels that this is gonna, and he needs to skip. And look at all the players that they've lost. You talk about somebody defense that's been hurt, ravaged by injuries. Theirs have been ravaged by injuries.
Brandon Graham.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So the point is, in the end, I think the Eagles players themselves are laughing at this in the locker room like, God, what is he doing? Because who the hell is Nick Sirianni? That's what they're saying.
Well, Skip, you remember in the 80s and in the late 90s, Buddy got the Eagles and the Cowboys because he put bounties out on them. So it was Buddy Ryan that really got this thing, the Eagles and the Cowboys going to a different level, Skip. Because remember, they knocked Troy out of the game.
They did, but they were loaded on that defense.
Were loaded.
It was Buddy Ryan recreating the 85 Bears in Philadelphia.
They had Reggie White, Clyde Simmons, Jerome Brown. They had Byron Evans. They had Seth Joyner. Yep. They had Muddy Waters, Eric Allen. They had a squad. They had a squad,
and they had Randall Cunningham at quarterback, and he was a magician. He could do things that were Lamar-esque. He was a taller, longer athlete, but he could.
Yeah, Skip. As a matter of fact, we played him in '92, and that offseason, Jerome Brown, rest his soul, Skip, had died in a car accident, and we played him, and they had, we were going to dedicate that season. I think we might have had 100 yards of total offense against them. We played them in Philly. John couldn't. As soon as he dropped back to pass, either Reggie or Clyde Simmons was on him.
Okay, but then '92, they came to Dallas for a playoff game, and things changed, and they changed for good.
They changed forever.
They did. That was
that was Reggie's last year because he ended up going to Green Bay in '93.
Thank you.
I think, like you said, Skip. I think Philly view Dallas a lot different than Dallas view Philly.
That is a fact. Thank you, Nick Sirianni, whoever you are.
Well, let's talk about last night's game because Christian McCaffrey went down with an injury last night, and we've got the latest on what it means moving forward next.
No mercy, won't back down.
Other delivery apps add surprise fees, but at Domino's, we're adding on $50 million in surprise frees. Like surprise free giant lava cakes? Well, just 2 regular-sized lava cakes, but they're still free. Order Domino's delivery online and you might get one of these surprise frees.
If it's true that time is money, don't you think the real question is how you should spend it?
Party of the weekend. There'll be live music, giveaways, and so much more. Be a part of the live TV audience at the Great Lawn on the east side of Soldier Field tomorrow, 8 a.m. local time. And then tune in
I appreciate
at 10
that
a.m.
Liberty
Eastern.
Mutual knows everyone's unique. That's why they customize your car insurance. So you only pay for what you need.
First-year coach Nick Sirianni stirred the pot of the Eagles-Cowboys rivalry when he met with
just because
reporters
you look like
yesterday
someone else
wearing a
doesn't mean you
shirt
eat off
saying
the floor.
"Beat Dallas." Sirianni
Or yell at the vacuum or need flea medication. Oh, yeah. That's the spot. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Introducing the Grubhub Guarantee. Our promise to deliver the food you love on time and give you the lowest price. Or you'll get $5 off your next order.
It's an important time to save. With Priceline, you can get up to 60% off amazing hotels. And when you get a big deal, you feel like a big deal. Priceline. Every trip is a big deal.
Singing or speaking. Reason or fun. Daring or thoughtful. Sensitive or strong. Progress isn't either or. Progress is everything.